Yeah, so I'm here on the phone with Lexxi Foxx. Lexxi, how you doing, pal?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks. So obviously people know the story of Steel Panther. I'm going to skip all the Wikipedia shit, and they know like the kind of tongue-in-cheek style of music. I just want to get straight into the meat of it. So just to go back in time first before we bring things right up to date. On Field of Steel in 2009, you had guys like Corey Taylor and Justin Hawkins, M Shadows on your record, as well as like Chad Kroger on Balls Out. I was wondering how you guys went about approaching those icons in rock and metal to perform on your earlier CDs.
Well, basically, playing here in Los Angeles, we bump shoulders with a bunch of artists and things like that, whether they be actors or musicians or whatever it is, because we're here. So having a residency was really key for us to meet a bunch of musicians and things like that, playing as often as we did on the Sunset Strip. We just got people that were fans of our band that would just keep coming back, back and back, to our shows. Got to be good friends with Corey and Justin and all those guys that are, Matt from. We had tons of from what band? Matt sent. And there was some Avenged Sevenfold. We had a bunch of people on that first record, and then we had Vivian Campbell, and we're gonna have a special guest on this one. I'm really looking forward to this next record that I just got done with that bass parts now. We're gonna have a surprise bass player probably play on this record as well, and some other guests that we can't mention right now. We want them to be a surprise. But I guess to answer your question in as short as I can, would be just because we become friends with these people, just playing, around town or being on tour, meeting people, and them just being fans of the band, and we ask them if they want to be on the record, and whatever they want to. If they want to do a certain song or whatever, we have them come into the studio and they can choose something that they did and go, I think we did a solo over here, or I did this line here. So it's always humbling to have other musicians, come on and collaborate with heavy metal. It's pretty bitchin'.
Yeah. So you've got songs like Asian Hooker and Fat Girl, and like there's a bonus track like Handicapped Slut. When Michael and any of the other of you guys are like collaborating on lyrics, do you ever care about offending anyone, or is that just not on your guys' radar?
I mean, you know what? No, not really. If we're going to mention somebody, that means that they're famous enough that they shouldn't give a shit. I mean, they should be stoked that we're going to mention any of them on there or whatever. So, I mean, and famous people can all just, I mean, if you're famous, then you have to take it. So, I mean, really, I don't give a shit. None of us really do. I mean, if we offend somebody, we offend somebody. But at the same time, we're just bringing back heavy metal, and we just like talking about crap that sucks, and if we offend somebody, then you just have to write cooler shit,
Yeah, totally. So the genre of music that you play, the kind of like 80s inspired glam metal, even without the like over the top groupie kind of lyrics, it's pretty sexually charged, and when you see people at Panther shows, like especially the women, and they're barely wearing any clothes, like in a genre in rock and metal as a whole, it's a pretty male dominated thing, and people are usually playing to males. It must be pretty awesome to just look at thousands of barely dressed women every night.
It's very cool, and I'll tell you why. Because the reason it's very cool, and especially the style of music that we do, of course, like you said, we're going to offend some people and things like that, but we really don't give a shit. Everybody that we see, there's no better feeling than looking out. And for real, so many of your mates out there are so cool to see everybody having a good time. But especially in Australia, it's like there's so many beautiful women there. It's like it's so awesome to see, just to rock out to hot chicks. I mean, that's the whole reason why that dude wants to be in the band. I mean, so that's the whole excuse. I don't care what anybody says. You want to be in the band because there's chicks, and that's exactly it. So it is very cool to be able to rock out to whoever, but especially chicks, and the finer ones in Australia. We're all super excited. We leave on Monday, so we're all really getting excited to come down now.
Yeah, I was going to ask like whether you thought Australian girls were the hottest in the world, but with like, so to bring things up to date, just before I talk about your upcoming tour, earlier on this year you released live in Lexxi's mum's basement, so like the CD and the DVD, like full film. Why did you go that route with the acoustic way of doing it rather than a traditional album and traditional live show?
Yeah. We did that to do something different, to hold our fans over for the next record.
Right.
We did that because we thought we would just do something a little bit different that not a lot of bands are doing. The bands did back in the '80s, so they would have like an acoustic thing, like a lot of bands. We just got done doing the Kiss cruise, and Kiss does a really cool thing. Excuse me, an acoustic thing as well, and so it was really cool. And we thought we would bring back, just some of our songs a little bit, broken down. And we also have a new song on there. That's When You Came In, and we're super excited to have that on the next record as well. But it won't be acoustic, but it won't be with acoustic guitars. It'll be, we're gonna rock it out. So I'm excited for everybody to hear that as well.
Ah, sweet. So with you guys coming over, you're in Sydney on the 17th of June, Melbourne on the 18th, and Brisbane on the 20th.
Right.
So obviously it's quite far away from everywhere else, and bands don't come here as much. Do you notice any difference in places like Australia in terms of the reaction that you get? Do you notice whether fans are like digging it more in more remote places?
You know what? I really don't. I mean, somebody's asked me that question before. I really don't notice the difference. I don't. I mean, whether it be in Melbourne or Sydney or all the way over to Perth. I mean, all the fans are so great over there. Like I said, we were never so humbled by it. The first time we were there at Soundwave, when we were right before Limp Bizkit, and it was just really cool to be accepted as we were doing that Soundwave run, and to see how many Australian fans that we actually had. We haven't grown as fast anywhere. The UK picked it up first because we went over there first. But as far as record sales and our videos and DVDs and things like that, it's blowing up bigger there than it is anywhere in the world. So that's why we're really excited to come back over there. No, I don't notice a difference in any of the fans. I just noticed that Australian chicks are hot. That's what I noticed. Whether it be from Perth, Melbourne, Sydney, Adelaide, I don't know, all over the place. Every place we've been, it's always been great. There's tons of great rock bars over there too.
Oh yeah. So lastly, I just want to ask: sex, drugs, rock and roll. If you had to choose one, which would it be? Sex.
Man, that's tough. That's tough. Because that's why we do rock and roll. But shit, I think that's a couple, because you need the drugs. See, now since I'm so old, I need drugs to have sex. So see, that's kind of tough because things don't work anymore, especially because of all the drugs. So shit, that's a tough one. I don't know, man, because drugs feel good and so does sex, and I love playing rock and roll. That's a tough question, but I'll have to try sex without the drugs. We'll see what happens.
Sweet. So, if people want to pick up Live in Lexxi's Mum's Basement, where can they get that from?
I'm sorry. They can go to our website, or they can, the website, probably the SteelPantherRocks.com. Yeah, that'd be the best place to get it for sure. And there's a bunch of new merch on there as well. So, but at the same time, we're bringing a bunch over, I believe, with us as well. I think so. I'll check on that. But yeah, that's the safest bet.
Awesome. Well, Lexxi, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you. So all the best with the shows coming up, and I'll see you in Sydney, mate.
You as well. Thank you so much for taking the time, and look forward to if you get a chance, come back and say hi, and we'll have a beer together or something.
Sweet. Awesome.